Good afternoon. This is Jean, and for y'all that have been here before and who are new here, I am a family liaison with the Great Start Collaborative and Family Coalition of Charlevoix, Emmett, and Northern Antrim counties. And this is our monthly event featuring a community service provider who works with children, youth 0 to 8. And I'm super happy this morning to have Mary Grayson with us. Mary is what's your official title, Mary? Youth Director?
It's called Director of Youth Services.
That's very important sounding. Director of
It
Youth
is, isn't it?
Services. It is for the Boyne District Library in Boyne City. And Mary's been a great partner with us throughout the years and working with our Free Cycle project and supporting families. So, yay, Mary, thank you for being here today. And
Thanks so much for inviting me.
yeah, so if you want to tell us maybe a little bit about, I mean, I know there's a lot going on at the library. Um, I guess maybe one of my first questions is, depending on who's watching this, may or may not have access to the Boyne District Library. So, while it's great information, who would mostly benefit from this? So, you're going to talk about programming and services available. So, is that for people living in the Boyne city limits? How do I know if I can use the Boyne District Library services?
All right, so if you work in Boyne City, if you are within um, the Boyne city limits, and or if your child goes to Boyne City schools, um, you can get a Boyne City card. However, um, we do, we are part of the Northern Michigan Consortium
Okay.
of Libraries. So if you have a Charlevoix card, if you have a Sheboygan card, if you have a Petoskey card, if you have a Crooked Tree card, you can come into our library and use that card just like a Boyne District card.
No kidding.
So it's a really cool thing because we're all a bunch of small libraries. And one thing that this helps us do is it allows us to have this huge collection of books and videos and audiobooks. We might not have it, but we can get it for you from someplace else. And so a lot of times before I order new books and things like that, I check to see if other libraries have them. Because what we want to do is just keep expanding the amount of books and other kinds of resources, digital or paper or otherwise, that everyone can use within the whole Northern Michigan area. So it's really cool that we have that. When it comes to our programs, anyone's invited.
Oh,
So if you don't have a library card, come to one of our programs. Come to our for adults, we're having a cookbook club coming up. If you're a child, you can come to my How to Knit. You can come to a crafternoon where we do crafts usually on a day school's out. You can come to my Ozobot coding class. So the programs are open to anyone who wants to sign up.
that's pretty amazing. Okay, so I'm wrap my head around that. So there is a consortium of libraries in Northern Michigan. I assume it's not everybody, but maybe there's a list somewhere where I know how to know if I'm part of that, if my library card is part of that. Is that how would I find out?
That's a good question. I've only been in this position for about a year and a half, and the way I found out is if you give me a card that I've never seen before, I try to scan it, and it'll let me know one way or the other if it works.
That works.
For the most part, I know in our neighborhood here, um, I know East Jordan is not part of that consortium.
Okay.
I do know that Charlevoix, Petoskey, um, Harbor Springs, Sheboygan, Pasquille, um, Antrim, um, they are all part of the
Okay.
Northern Michigan Consortium.
Okay. That's incredible. And you said it works just like a Boyne Library card would work. So I could check out books. I could check out. Do you have like DVDs and videos and things to check out as well?
Yep, we have DVDs, we have audiobooks. Um, the only thing that you can only check out with a Boyne District Library card is our tools collection.
Mm.
We We have things like tree loppers to cut off those branches really high up,
Oh,
and
cool.
hacksaws, and things to weed with, and guitars and ukuleles and a karaoke machine and a metal detector. We have all sorts of things in what we call our tools department, but you must have a Boyne City card for that.
Okay.
And mainly because we got a very special grant, and part of that grant we promised only to check it out to people with Boyne City Library cards.
Got it. But everything else is available. So that's really good to know.
Yeah.
And then programming, you said. So when I come in, like I want, or I have my kiddo and I want to come to a program, we'll talk about what you've got available. I don't need to like scan my card or show my card. I just show up and
You just show up
sign
and have
in, or
fun.
okay. And that's for adult programming too, and anything.
Yep. Yep.
Awesome.
We just want you to come. We want you to see our library. We want you to connect with other people and enjoy yourself.
Cool. So if I am in the Boyne district and I don't have a library card, do you know what I have to do in order to get one?
Yes. So, um, what you need to do is have proof that you live in Boyne City. So, which typically is a credit card, or not credit card, your driver's license. You could probably come in with maybe a signed mortgage papers, along with your old driver's license, but we need to match up a face, right, with the picture and the name and an address.
Okay.
Because even though we're part of the Northern Michigan Consortium, every single person that has a Boyne City card, you pay for this library and you're paying for these services through your taxes. So we want these things to be available for the people who pay for them.
Got it.
Okay,
So, and it'd be
so
the same
we
if I
need to
worked there. I'd need proof of my employment
yes,
in the district. So
yes.
maybe mail or pay stub or something, and then my picture
Yes, you need
ID
your pay stub. Yep.
or something.
And you just come in. We're open 7 days a week, and we can just sign you up then and there.
Okay, cool. Is there any option if I'm not in the district to have a library card? Is there?
Yes, yes. So if you're not in the district, you can act, and we have a lot of people that are here through the summer
Right.
that do this. And you can pay. I believe the cost right now is $40. Or maybe it's $80 now, and $40 just for the
The
summer.
summer.
Um, and you can purchase a Boyne City card
Okay.
and use all of our services, including our tools,
Okay.
with that purchase. But so people are just here for the summer, or you have relatives that are in town, for the summer, then they can purchase a Boyne City card to use for that time
Access everything.
period. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much. Okay. So you have a whole youth department, which is what we're here to talk about. So tell us a little bit about that, Mary. What would make me want to come and hang out in the youth department?
Well, first of all, there's me,
Yeah, I mean
right?
the
So,
obvious.
so that would be number one. So we have some weekly programs that happen every week. Every Tuesday at 10:30, we have a story time. Every Thursday from 10 to about 11:30, we have a toddler play group. So
Is
the
this
story
okay? I'm going to stop you.
times,
Yeah, I was going to ask you the ages. So a story time. Who is that geared for?
so the story time is really dedicated to preschool age children. So that's where the, the tenor of the books are
Mm-hmm.
aimed at 3 and 4 year olds.
Okay.
Um, I've had everyone from about 18 months through about 8 come to story time,
Mm-hmm.
and
I love story
everyone
time.
seems to have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I love story time. I get to sing. We always dance a little bit.
So there's
We
no
always
necessarily like an
play.
age limit or an age minimum. It's just if you enjoy it, then you're invited to
No,
attend, basically.
no.
Okay.
And frankly, if you have a little one that can't sit still, right, and they come in and they want to run around, then you can just get up and leave and go into the regular kids section of the library and let them run around,
Okay.
right? So it's if you come in late, just come in, right? Just come in, sit down, enjoy. If you need to leave early, just get up and leave.
Okay.
Don't feel bad about it. People, they're kids, right?
Right.
And they have good days and bad days, and so do parents. So if if you have a hard day and you're coming in and you're like, oh no, they already started. Oh, just walk in. We're
Nice.
fine.
Well, that sounds really
Yeah,
welcoming. So
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Okay, and then the play groups.
Um, and the play groups, which is at Thursdays at 10,
Okay.
those are generally for anyone from, a baby in arms. And we've had up to 5-year-olds come, and that's really aimed at toddlers. So
Okay.
we have a whole bunch of toys that are different than the ones in the library. So we have our special toys that we
Okay.
bring out for playgroup, and the kids can run around, and I have a couple soft balls that they can throw, and I always have a little craft table for them. And they play for about an hour or so, and then we usually do a dance. We do maybe a song, a finger play, and then we close it up with reading a book.
Perfect.
And that again, that's drop in, drop off.
So.
And if your child screams and cries and has a tantrum, guess what? It won't be the first time that happens.
Right.
We're
Well,
kind of like, creased here, right? There's nothing your child can do that we haven't seen before.
we've seen
It's
it all. Yeah.
kids.
Well, and I think playgroups are such an important place for children to do that, to test out what it's like to be in social situations and what are the consequences. And I think for parents too, just to see, how do we each handle this and to connect with each other. So I loved
Yeah,
playgroups when my kids were
I
little.
think I think play groups, to be honest, are more, especially if you're a stay-at-home parent, and I know I was. I used them in my library. I was downstate constantly, and that's where I got my first group of adult friends who
Hmm.
had children the same age as mine. Right? I came to a story time, and I'm like, does anyone want to come down to the playground with me? And what I was really asking was, will anyone be my friend?
Right. I need a friend.
Right?
Yep.
And it's really important for moms to be able to connect, right? And especially if you live further away from your neighbors, right? Or if your neighbors don't have kids. So it's great for moms just to be able to sit back and talk with adults and let the kids just have fun.
And you say moms, but I'm hearing you say parents. So I imagine dads are welcome as well, or anybody who's taking care of this kiddo.
We have one dad that comes infrequently. It depends on if he has to work in the morning or not. If he doesn't, he's here with his child. And we have another dad that comes pretty consistently.
Yeah. So anybody, bring your kid. Whoever's watching those kids that day, come on in and play.
Right. Right.
Excellent. All right. So we got story times and play groups going on for the little kids. What else? What else do you guys do?
The other thing we do is once a month I have a Lego group, and I have a bazillion Legos, and we each child gets their own bin of Legos, and we meet in our community room, which is downstairs in the library. And the rules are, this is your Lego box, and if you see something in someone else's bin that you want, you just have to ask for it. Other than that, create what you want, go wild, have fun, partner up with a friend and do something together. Just have fun.
Yeah.
And
Do you have? Is it more than just? Because if I were looking at that as a kid, I just have straight up walls every time. I just love the Lego thing, but.
well, we have some kids that always build houses.
Mhm.
We have some that always build war machines. We have some that always builds an airplane.
I was gonna
So
say
we have kids that
spacecraft,
have
aircraft.
yeah, they have their little niche that they really like. And then I have one bin that just has people and animals in it, and one bin that just has machine parts, right?
Mhm.
So you can build your
The little
airplanes or
bits.
your combat toys and stuff.
Oh, that sounds fun.
One that just has housing, like windows and refrigerators and that sort of thing. So it's really fun to see what the kids make. And then I put those up on the top of our stacks in our library, and they're on display until the next month.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Lego
I'd
club.
say the youngest child I've had come, we have a 4-year-old that comes pretty consistently, and occasionally a 3-year-old. And the oldest child I had was 15.
Okay. Yeah, Legos are
And
great.
that's like an after-school activity. That's usually 4 to 5, and it's usually the third Thursday of every month.
Nice. And we're saying all these dates and throwing out times. I imagine there's a calendar on the website or
Yes.
through the Facebook page.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So you can, if your internet's down, you can call us and ask, like, if
What's
coming
happening?
up next. But definitely on our website, There's a little drop down menu under programs. So programs is at the top, and there's a drop down, and that's where you can find the adult, the teen age, and the children's programming. And it
Excellent.
brings up a calendar, and you can just keep scrolling through that.
Yay. All right. I know you
Yeah.
had a few other events and cool programs that you have going on that you want to talk about.
Yeah, so I'm going to have, I'd like to start doing a monthly sensory Saturday where I just come out and have sensory bins and
Mm,
lots of tablecloths on the floor and just let the kids have fun. Um, Warning to parents, if you come to sensory Saturdays, there's usually something gluey or gloppy, right? You can wash hands, but make sure that the children wear clothes that you don't care if they get gluey and gloppy, right? Um, I'm going to have, I'm going to start, I call them Friday Family Fun Nights,
ooh,
which again will be a monthly activity. The first one is in a couple Fridays, and it's going to be a family trivia night.
cool.
So this will be gauged um, more at the elementary age
Hmm.
children. Um, and the next one's going to be a family game night.
Cool.
So we'll just have lots of games, and the families can compete against other families or just do a rotation among their own family. I'll have a family movie night, and so if anyone can come up with ideas, call me and let me know.
Nice.
It's like fun things for families to do together. Yeah. And then coming up in March, I am going to have my family dinner book club.
Okay.
And this is aimed at probably preschool to elementary age children. And with the family book club, we do a few things. Number one, we buy you dinner,
Ooh.
and you don't have to cook. There's no cleanup. When we're done, you just get up and go.
Okay.
That's
I'm
part of it
there,
because
Mary.
I know what it's like to be. My husband worked construction, and we were in Detroit, and he was putting up a Walmart in Flint,
Oh.
right? And
Mhm.
I just never saw him. So I was basically a single mom, but someone paid my rent.
Mhm.
Is kind of what it
Mhm.
was. And having a night that I don't have to worry about what am I going to have? Do I have all the ingredients? Now I have to cook. Now I have to clean up. Now I have to get the kids in the bath, right? So, so the most important, we provide dinner, and then every night we'll have a theme, and all the themes focus around mental health in young children.
Okay. Love it.
So one night we're going to talk about ADHD and autism spectrum disorder. One night we're going to talk about anxiety. One night we're going to talk about just helping your child feel empowered, right, and powerful. So each night after dinner, I have like a blankets out on the floor, and kids come and sit down, and I read a couple books, and we do either a family activity or a craft associated with those books,
Awesome.
um, and the children go home with the books.
Yay.
So the parents have those as resources
Okay.
to keep forever.
So the books are also go along with the themes of mental wellness and
Exactly.
awesome.
Exactly.
Oh, that sounds
And
great.
then to make sure that parents keep coming back, because when you sign up for this, you sign up for all four.
Okay,
The
it's a
Tuesdays,
series.
all 4 Tuesdays.
Okay.
Okay. So once you sign up for it, we expect you all 4 Tuesdays. And if the food and story time aren't going to bring you back, we're hoping every night everyone puts their name in a hat, and we have a little basket that we'll raffle off,
Ooh.
and they're all filled with family type activities.
All right, it sounds like you might want to sign up soon because that seems like, I mean, I'm hoping that's going to be pretty popular.
It last year we had a waiting list
Mm-hmm.
of parents, and so what happens with the waiting list is usually a family will just call me and said I can't make it tonight, and then I'll call a family
Mm-hmm.
on the wait list and say, hey,
Got an
we have one
opening.
family that can't make it, and so they might be able to come for a night or two.
Is it, you said it's monthly starting in March?
It is weekly, sorry.
Okay, so
So
weekly.
in March, it will be every Tuesday in March.
Okay,
So
excellent.
4 Tuesdays in a row in March.
Awesome. I just want you have a few fans that are watching. Mitchell Closter says hi. and
Oh, hi.
Liz G's down there. So that sounds really great. And yeah, definitely. Is there a sign up form yet? I know it's only the middle of January, but
It is the sign up form will probably not happen until the first or second week in February.
okay.
But sign up is goes pretty fast.
I would think so. So keep an eye out. Keep looking
Right.
at the website to get that. Or maybe you even have a library newsletter that goes out to people. I'm not sure,
We
but
do, but the library newsletter has already gone out for the winter months, for
oh, that makes sense.
January,
Yep.
February, and March.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. So if you have the newsletter, look under on the children's programming
You
side
got
and
the
say, okay,
information.
I want to make sure I start looking every couple days at the website calendar to see if it's up and running.
Excellent. All right, Mary. Well, thank you. What else is there that we need to make sure we mention before we sign off?
Um, Summertime, we have a summer reading program,
Okay.
which is it's a blast. We not only last year we not only had children who were doing the reading and getting prizes for reading,
Ooh,
but we also have a group of children that did secret pen pals
ooh,
with the senior center. And at our end of the summer party, they were able to meet their senior and play. You know, we had some games set up, and so they had a lot of fun doing that, wondering and finding out more about someone they didn't know.
that's
They
super
didn't even
fun.
know their name, so that was kind of cool. And we always have things like the Phantom the Mermaid, you know, swim up
Mm,
to our beach, and we have puppet shows and storytellers, and we bring all sorts of interesting people to come in um, during the summertime to have a lot of fun in the library.
nice.
Um, the other thing that's very, very exciting is we're going to be redoing our children's section.
Oh, that's big news.
So I'm like so excited about this. Um, and so we're going to be, we have the designer, they're working right now. Um, the library will change, and I think it's going to be awesome. I'm just really, really excited.
So that's
So
happening this year.
probably, yes. So we're probably going to start construction next fall. The
Okay.
children's area will still be open, but we're going to be open. We're going to be in our community room while they're doing construction. But it will
Awesome.
be sometime in the fall, and I'm crazy excited about what this is going to look like
That
when
is
it's
so
done.
exciting.
I know.
I'm going to read a few. Mitchell also wanted to say that very proud of the services that the Boyne District Library provides and greatly appreciate Mary's excellent interactions with children and their families. So, going back to that, why would I go to the library? Because Mary's there. And he also wanted to say that Lucy, his daughter, still talks about her pen pal, Anita. So,
Oh, I'm
that
so
definitely
glad.
hit home for her. And Liz was asking if you need any volunteers to help with any of your activities or your programming.
Yes. So,
Always.
always, always. And I know sometimes we have a wonderful board, and our board often helps to volunteer. But for many of my activities, it would probably be great to have another adult in the room, hands-on, just because children have questions and concerns and things like that. For instance, I did a how to knit um, a couple 2 weeks ago, and I realized that children need one-on-one to teach them how to knit. So I did a follow-up session for anyone who was in that first session. We have a knitters club that's here at the library, and they volunteered to come and work one-on-one with the children.
Cool.
So that's something that I can't do.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, if you would like to help volunteer working with kids, just give me a call at the library, or you can email me. It's Grayson M at boynelibrary.org. Um, and I would definitely get back to you, let you know what programs are going on. Or if there's something you would like to present to kids, please let me know. I'm always looking for new, fresh ideas and ideas that will engage kids.
Yeah, I will throw your email in the chat here in a second.
Great.
Awesome. Okay, so summer programs are rocking and rolling there. So make sure you check those out. Library's going to get a facelift in the youth department. What else? What else do you need to tell us, Mary?
Well, I think the fun things that we do here um, really are the things that happen every day. So we do lots of programming. Check our calendar out for that. There's something going on almost every week in the children's department and in the adult department. Um, but the library is an excellent place if you're home with your kids or your kids need time to run around and you don't want them running around outside because it's nasty out. Come to the library. We have toys, we have puzzles, we have a table that I have coloring or crafts on all the time, and just come and play. I had two moms in this morning that came in with their little ones, and they're both pregnant, and they were downstairs talking about, what stage their child
Mm-hmm.
was in developmentally, and how are they feeling, and what did the doctor say at the last ultrasound, and the kids were having a ball.
Nice.
We have a Thomas the
Perfect.
Tank Duplo, right? So they can put together Thomas and Percy and drive them around the room, and it's just a fun place to bring your children, just so they can interact with other kids, and they get you all out of the house, and it's just a joyful place to be for me.
I love that. And I think, a lot of us might think about our libraries as from our childhoods, and maybe we haven't really been in a library much since then, especially for just now having children. And it's
Right,
it's a different vibe. I mean, I remember going in and you're quiet the entire time, whether you're in the children's department or not. And there's books and there's a table and there might be like a puzzle to do, but there wasn't, it
right.
wasn't encouraged that you play and interact and talk with other. So I think, just recognizing that it might be a little more new and exciting and relevant for parents these days than libraries once were. And obviously, the energy you put into it, Mary, and our other local librarians makes. You say just show up and play. Like it's that's an
Right.
amazing resource to have. Just a free place to go
Yep.
indoors,
Hmm.
books galore. Safety. I think that's one of my favorite aspects of the library. Anytime, whether there's a program happening or not.
And one thing that I forgot to mention, that all of our programs are free.
Pay free is
So when you
great.
come to family dinner book night, we are feeding you, we are giving you books, and you might go home with a prize, right? So there's no cost to anything that happens at the library.
Important
Just
point. Yeah,
come and
that's an
enjoy.
important point. I want to make sure I had your email address right. It's graysonm@boynelibrary.org.
Correct.
Excellent. I'm going to send that on there. All right, Mary. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I really had fun with you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to talk with you, and I look forward to checking out the library and hearing about the success of all the programs that you have going on. And definitely will be sharing the word for our families.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great
All right.
weekend.
Thank you. You